For the nights when you feel unlovable, I want you to know this: you're not alone. You're not strange. You're not broken. You're not too much. You're not too little. You're just tired of being misunderstood, tired of being dismissed, tired of offering love to people who didn't know how to hold it or hold you. Maybe you've been told too many times, in too many subtle ways, that you are only lovable when you're easy, when you're cheerful, when you're useful, when you're convenient. Maybe you've learned to shrink, to contort, to be palatable, just to feel worthy of a fraction of what you give so freely. And still, some nights, like this one, it doesn't feel like enough. You don't feel like enough. And I know how heavy that feels. To sit in the dark with your own thoughts echoing back the worst things you've ever believed about yourself. To hear that whisper that says, if someone really saw me, they wouldn't stay. That whisper that says, if I disappeared, no one would notice. That voice that convinces you that the reason people left is because of you. Your flaws. Your scars. Your sadness. Your needs. But please, breathe. Just for a moment. Just long enough to let my voice reach the part of you that still wants to believe there's something more. Because I promise you, being lovable has never been about perfection. It's not about being easy or light or always put together. It's not about being what they wanted you to be. It's not about performing the version of you that gets the most applause. Being lovable isn't something you have to earn. It's something you already are. Even if no one has loved you well. Even if no one has stayed long enough to prove it. Even if the mirror has only shown you your insecurities. Your value has never been determined by someone else's ability to see it. Your worth is not defined by who hurt you, or who left, or who never even looked back. There are nights when that truth feels too far away to believe. Nights when you wrap your arms around yourself and wish they were someone else's arms. Nights when you scroll through photos of people who seem so loved, so held, so wanted, and you wonder, why not me? Nights when you overthink every word you've ever said, every moment you weren't your best, every time you reached out and didn't get a reply. Nights when you hold your breath, hoping that someone, anyone, will reach out first, just so you know you matter. If this is one of those nights, let this be the moment someone finally sees you. Let this be the moment someone finally says, you are lovable. Even now. Especially now. In your softness. In your sadness. In your silence. In your stretch marks and breakdowns and forgetfulness. In your fear and your fight and your deeply human mess. You are not too hard to love. You've just spent too long offering your love to people who didn't know how to receive it. People who only loved the idea of you. People who wanted your light but never sat with your shadow. People who fed off your softness but never watered it. That's not your fault. You didn't ask to be neglected. You didn't ask to be abandoned. You didn't ask for the emotional coldness that taught you to apologize for having needs. You didn't ask to grow up in homes that only loved you when you performed. You didn't ask to learn how to earn affection instead of just receive it. But now, you get to unlearn it. You get to come back home to yourself. You get to begin again. You get to create a new definition of love, one that doesn't hurt, one that doesn't leave you empty, one that doesn't ask you to shrink in order to stay. You are not too needy. You are not too sensitive. You are not too intense. You are not too emotional. You are not too complicated. You are just you. And that is enough. On the nights you feel unlovable, remember that some of the most beautiful people on this planet have also felt that way. The artists, the dreamers, the deep feelers, the ones with soft hearts and messy souls and minds that never stop thinking, the ones who love deeply and ache quietly, the ones who have been told that their intensity is a flaw when really it's their gift. You, too, are one of them. And just because someone didn't understand you doesn't mean you're wrong. Just because someone couldn't meet you at your depth doesn't mean you're too deep. It means they weren't ready. It means they didn't have the capacity. It means they couldn't hold what you were offering, but that doesn't make your love any less worthy. If anything, it proves how sacred it is. So let tonight be a soft undoing. Let this be the night you stop looking for proof of your worth in someone else's hands. Let this be the night you stop replaying their rejection as evidence that you're not enough. Let this be the night you stop negotiating with yourself, trading authenticity for approval. Because you deserve to be loved exactly as you are. Not when you're quieter. Not when you're happier. Not when you're less. But now, with the tears, with the overthinking, with the shaking hands and the tired voice. You are lovable even in the moments you feel most alone. You are lovable even when the texts go unanswered. You are lovable even when your reflection doesn't meet your standards. You are lovable even when your past haunts you. You are lovable even when your mind tells you otherwise. And if no one has ever loved you in your low moments, then let this be the beginning. Let it start here. Let it start with you, with the way you speak to yourself, the way you hold yourself, the way you forgive yourself for being human. Maybe that's the love you've always needed, the kind that doesn't leave when you're quiet. The kind that doesn't flinch when you're angry. The kind that doesn't walk away when you're sad. The kind that doesn't require you to always be fine. Love that stays. Love that listens. Love that holds. Love that understands. That kind of love exists. And you deserve it. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too damaged to be cherished. You are not your mistakes. You are not your trauma. You are not your shame. You are a soul still learning how to trust again. Still learning how to open again. Still learning how to believe again. So let's begin there. Not by demanding joy. Not by forcing light. But by simply sitting in this moment and saying, even if no one is loving me the way I need right now, I can still believe I am lovable. I can still remember that my value doesn't disappear in the dark. I know it's not easy. I know it's hard to hold on to that truth when everything around you feels like silence. When your heart is heavy and the room is quiet and no one texts first. But you are not defined by who checks in. You are not defined by who stays or goes. You are not defined by the attention you receive. You are not defined by the validation you get or don't get. You are already whole. Let your love start with how you speak to yourself. Let it show up in how you soften when you stumble. Let it appear in the way you forgive your flaws, not punish them. Let it unfold in how you feed yourself. How you rest. How you say, I matter, even when no one else says it back. Because your soul is listening. And every time you choose to believe in your own worth, even a little, that part of you begins to heal. The part that still remembers being ignored. The part that still aches from being misunderstood. The part that stopped asking for love because it hurt too much to be rejected. That part of you deserves love too. So let it be held tonight, not by noise, not by distraction, but by truth. The truth that you, just as you are a person worth loving, even in your lowest moments, even when you feel undeserving, even when you feel nothing at all. You don't have to earn this. You don't have to fix yourself first. You don't have to be lighter, happier, cleaner, quieter, more successful. You are lovable now. And when the sun rises, even if nothing outside you changes, may this truth still stay. You are not alone in this feeling. You are not the only one who has sat in the dark wondering what's wrong with them. And you are not the only one worthy of soft, steady, honest love. So rest now. Let this be your lullaby. Let it wrap around your shoulders like the hug you didn't get. Let it be the warmth you've needed for a long time. You are not unlovable. You never were. You never will be. You are simply human, tender, real, whole, worthy, exactly as you are.